guys! So for this video, I will be talking about my least favorite TV shows of the year of 2021. So when I say my least favorite, that doesn't mean they're all bad or that these are terrible shows. It's just that when I watched them, they were not ones that were for me. So they could be shows that people loved, but for me, they were my least favorite because I did not enjoy them as much. Again, these are just my opinions. There may be some shows I thought were bad and just not good TV shows, but again, that's my opinion. These are just shows that I just didn't like when I watched them, or they just weren't great. They're okay. So I made a list of my least favorite ones. So I have already made a blog post of all my least favorite shows, so they're all also in there if you haven't seen it already, but I wanted to make a video and kind of go into more detail of what I didn't really like about these. Okay, so the first one I will be talking about is Defending Jacob. So overall, it was a good show. Defending Jacob is about this boy who his dad is assistant district attorney, and the assistant district attorney's son, Jacob, gets accused of murdering his classmate. And so basically the whole show is about defending Jacob and who actually did it. The show was okay. It was a good show. I thought it was a good show. It had Chris Evans in it. It had the girl from Downton Abbey. I think the boy, he played like a really good cast, and I think overall the show was good. It's just, there were some things I'm just like, I didn't really love it, the ending and how kind of things played out. I think some information was given too early to the audience, and not a whole lot of mystery I feel like was there. I wish there was more mystery of like, oh, who did it, but I feel like some things revealed too early that like the audience already knew what happened or who actually did it. So that's one thing I didn't like. I also didn't like the ending. I feel like it was really open-ended. I didn't love it. And I also wish that we knew what happened that day of the murder. They never fully revealed what had happened. I guess which will happen in a real case. Like, you don't really know 100% what happened that day. But those are the things I just wish they would have done differently for the show. But it's not a bad show. It's not bad. It's decent. It's a good show. It's just, after watching everything, I was like, this was one of my least favorite of the year. I just didn't really love it. Okay, my next show I will be talking about is Get Even. So Get Even, I think what I didn't really like was I expected one thing and got a different thing. I think part of my reason for not liking this is, partly on me, because I didn't see the rating, and so I was expecting something completely different. Also, this is a decent show. I think it's more for like a preteen, younger age, and I didn't realize that. I thought it was gonna be more like PG-13, but it's PG, so definitely lesser like a preteen, something like that, because this focused on a group of girls who try to get even with people who are basically bullies in the school. So I think it had a good message of kind of stand up for people who don't know how to stand up for themselves, and these 4 girls come together to do that. I feel like it wasn't that interesting until like the last episode when we find out who actually did this murder that they're trying to solve, because someone had framed their group for a murder and they're trying to clear their names. And when they find out who actually did it, I feel like that's when the show actually was really good. I feel like up to then it was okay and kind of slow paced to me. I feel like some of the stuff didn't make sense or wasn't realistic in my opinion. There's just some things I just didn't love about the show. I felt like it was okay. Definitely for a younger audience. I wish they showed the origin story of the group a little bit more. They could have went into that. They didn't really, and so it was like, how these 4 girls even get together and they're not really friends, So yeah, this is an okay show. It was definitely one of my least favorites. I didn't really enjoy it. Thought there were certain things they could have done different in the show. Okay, my next show is The Sinner Season 3. I did not like this season. It has been my least favorite season of the entire show. I was expecting great things because I loved the first 2 seasons, and the casting for this next season I was really excited about, and I feel like it just crashed and burned. To me, it just didn't make sense. Like, what was the point of the whole entire season? I feel like you knew what happened after the first 2 episodes, and then it was over. And I was like, why are we dragging this out even more? Because in the previous seasons, like, you kind of know what happens, but then there's like a plot twist and a deeper meaning to this, the murders and the crimes that happened. In the second season, we were all aware of what exactly happened and kind of what's deeper, and it was just basically, will he confess? Because the cop knew, his wife kind of knew later. It was like people knew he did it. He knew he did it. He wasn't really hiding too much in the beginning. It was just, a lot of the episodes were unnecessary. So yeah, so that one I just didn't like at all for that season. And then my last one, some of you may have guessed this from my YouTube review, but it was Tiny Pretty Things. Yeah, this one I didn't like at all. I feel like someone liked it when I looked it up one time, but for me personally, no. I feel like it had a lot of potential, and they went nowhere near the potential. They just didn't do it. A lot of people came to me before I even watched it and asked me if I'd seen it and told me how bad they thought it was. And I was like, oh, it can't be that bad. No, they were right. It's not getting a season 2, which understandable. But I think they were just doing a lot in this show. It was just too much. There's a lot of things they could have done differently. And I felt like they decided to focus on certain things that were not as important and then didn't focus on other things, which I thought should have been more important for the show and to build the whole season and to get into another season of the show. But that's just my opinion, you know? So yeah, that one was my least favorite. I didn't enjoy it. I did finish the season. What they did do right is wanting me to watch more. I guess wondering how bad it could get or hoping it will get better. But yeah, this was my least favorite out of the entire year. Those were my least favorite shows of the year. I will be linking all my YouTube reviews that I have done for them in the description bar below, so you can go check out my full thoughts on each show. As I said, some of them I didn't think were bad. I just didn't love them. They were like my least favorite out of the whole year. What were your least favorite TV shows that you watched this year? Do any of them match what's on my current list for the least favorite of 2021? And also, don't you guys forget, I am doing Blogmas, so please go check out all those blog posts. I am posting for 25 days of December straight. And it's been a struggle, y'all, a real struggle. But it's okay, doing great. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you have a good rest of your holiday season. Bye.